After an automatic gate opener, but you're not sure where to start, in this short video, we are going to guide you in the right direction and hopefully answer some of those questions that may be stopping you from taking that next step. We hear all the time from our customers that they are tired of opening and closing their gate, especially in winter and especially in the rain. Then there are other customers that just want that added security to their property and to keep their pets safe and secure. What we'll go over first are the most important factors that you need to consider before automating your gate. These factors will not only relate to our gate opener kits, but also others that are out there on the market. Is your gate swinging from a pier or pillar? If so, we do recommend calling us to discuss, as your setup may not be suitable for our gate openers, depending on pillar or pier size and where your gates are mounted and swinging from. Gate length. Now this is important to know. Our gate openers will suit a maximum gate length of 4.2 metres or 14 foot. Your gate length requirement is not about the weight of the gate, it's about the leverage that the actuator arm requires to pull and push the longer gates open and closed. Gates that are enclosed or have a solid infill are big wind catchers, as you can imagine, such as colorbond gates or gates with timber palings. We do not recommend using our kits on these type of gates due to the enclosed surface area. Open, wind-friendly gates are much more preferred for most gate openers. If you are unsure that our opener will work with your gate design, please feel free to contact us to discuss. Your gate must be swinging level and plumb with the post and not drag along the ground. Good working hinges are a must that aren't binding or making the gate seem heavier than it actually is. As the saying goes, an opener is only as good as the gate it's swinging from. Does your gate swing out towards the road to open? Maybe because of the way your land falls, or you just prefer your gate set up this way. Some gate opener kits will accommodate this and some won't. Will our kits suit this setup? Yes, they will. You may require the push to open bracket added to the kit, which we will discuss later in this video. Most gate openers will require a physical stop for the gate to close onto. If you have a single gate setup, then you will need your gate to close onto the opposite post or a physical stop. And if you have a double gate setup, then you will be supplied with our kit, a rubber gate stop that will need to be secured to the middle of the driveway for the gates to close onto. This stop sits approximately 30 mm high. Also, for double gate setups, you will be required to run cable across the driveway for the second actuator arm. Again, this cable would be supplied in our kits. Most gate opener kits are suited to a 90-degree opening. However, our system may be capable of going to 110 degrees depending on your setup. Last but not least, will there be anything obstructing the actuator arm when the gate is open, such as a fence or a garden bed? As you can see, an example with this video, the actuator arm just clears the rocks lining the driveway edge, just enough so they don't hinder the actuator arm when the gate is fully opened. Now that we have looked at the most important factors when considering swing gate automation, we can now look at whether an electric setup or a solar setup will be best suited. Electric kits. Our electric kits are a great option as they are a low voltage system, therefore not using much power and not requiring an electrician, and you don't require a physical power point at the gate. Our electric kits come with an outdoor transformer that can be placed up to 50 metres away from the gate via an outdoor 240 volt power point. Running low voltage cable from the transformer down to the control box at the gate is so simple because you don't need to go 600 mm into the ground as you do with 240. You can then run the low voltage cable as little as 100 mm underground and in conduit for protection. You will also have the option of adding a backup battery to your system in case you're in an area that has regular blackouts. This way, the gate will still operate even when you lose power. Solar kits. Our solar kits come with a 45-watt solar panel, a mounting bracket, and 10 meters of cable. We highly recommend that your solar panel is positioned facing full north in a spot that will receive a minimum of 6 hours of full sun daily with no part shading. Any type of shading over your solar panel can cut the charge rate down by 80%. If the 10 meters of cable supplied with the solar panel just falls short of having the panel in full sun, then keep in mind you can add another 20 meters of cable to ensure your solar panel receives the full sun required. The battery supplied in the solar kit is a 12 volt 14 amp deep cycle battery. With testing, we found that a fully charged battery allowed up to 100 openings and closings before the battery went flat and needed a full charge. If you find that your battery does go flat due to bad weather or overusage, then it's a good idea to have a 12 volt battery charger at home that will allow you to pop the 14 amp battery on charge for a couple of hours, then place back into the unit once fully charged. We do have a 12 volt battery charger as an optional extra. Please check our website for more details. Now that you've decided which power setup will be best suited for your situation, we can now explain our swing kit inclusions for both solar and electric and any optional extras that may be required. Supplied in the kit is the actuator arm and mounting brackets. When installing the actuator arm, it is best suited to the middle of the gate for single gate setups. If you don't have a mid-horizontal bar on your gate, then you can install the arm at the top or bottom of the gate frame as well. Double gates are best set up with the actuator arm on the bottom of the gate frame, as this is where all the force is applied when closing on to the centre gate stop. The standard post bracket supplied in the kit is a 100 by 90 mm flat bracket. If you have a square post, then this bracket will work perfectly. However, if you have a round post, then you have two options. Option 1, if your round post is large enough and allows you to notch out a flat spot for the standard flat bracket to attach to, then you can do that. Option 2, if your post doesn't allow for the flat bracket setup, then you can order our optional round post brackets. These brackets have a slight curve to the back of them, which will sit nicely onto your round post. When attaching your post bracket with either option, it's highly recommended that you either drill all the way through your post using coach bolts, or if this is not possible, then use the longest bolts that you can find. Do not use Tech screws. The gate bracket supplied in the kit is also a flat mounting bracket that will require to be bolted through your gate. These gate bolts are supplied for you. If you have a rural farm gate with round tubing as your gate frame, then you do have an optional round gate bracket that you may like to add to your kit. This round gate bracket acts like a clamp. The bracket comes apart and clamps around your rural farm gate and then provides a flat surface for the standard gate bracket to bolt to. The round gate bracket will prevent you from having to drill through your farm gate frame and also allows for adjustment when initially setting up your kit. The last bracket that needs to be considered is the push to open bracket. If you intend on having the actuator on the inside of the property pulling the gate inwards to open, then you won't require the push to open bracket. If you require your gate to push out towards the road, then you have two options for the actuator arm setup. Option 1 is to have the actuator arm on the outside of the property, pulling the gate outwards to open, which will not require the push to open bracket. Option 2 is to have the actuator arm on the inside of the property, pushing the gate out towards the road to open. Having this setup will require the push to open bracket. When choosing to go with this option, please keep in mind that when the gate is in the full open position, approximately 200 mm of the actuator arm will be within the driveway area. If you are considering the solar kit, then you will be supplied with a 45-watt solar panel, which comes with 10 meters of cable and a mounting bracket, as well as a PWM solar controller and a 12-volt 14-amp battery. If you are considering the electric unit, then you will be supplied with an outdoor transformer. The transformer will have approximately 2 meters of cable on each side, So if your power point is further away from the gate, then you will need to add low voltage cable to your installation. We recommend when your power point is up to 30 meters away, you use 2-core 1mm cable, and anything over this distance up to 50 meters, use 2-core 2.5mm cable. You also have an option of purchasing the 12-volt 7-amp backup battery at the same time when ordering your kit. You will be supplied with an outdoor control box which will house your main control board, battery and solar charger. You will also be supplied with a rubber gate stop. It is very important that your gate or gates close onto a stop. This will provide a solid hold of the gates in the closed position. If installing a single swing kit, then you may have the gate closing onto the opposite post. If this is not possible because there is a gap between the gate and the posts, then you can utilise the rubber gate stop by attaching it to the post and having the gate close onto it. If installing a double swing kit, then you would be required to mount the gate stop to the middle of the driveway for the gates to close up onto. When the gates are in the open position, no stops are required, as the actuator arms will either be at full extension or full retraction and use the overcurrent sensing to switch off. You will be supplied with a caution sign to attach to the front of your gate to deter people from pulling or pushing on the gate and notifying them that there is an automatic gate opener installed. For our double kits, there will be approximately 7 meters of cable supplied for the second actuator arm. This cable will need to be run across the driveway to power the arm. If you are going to struggle to get cable across the driveway, then we would advise using an aluminium strip or sliding gate track that has a hollow section to run your cable through and protect it. You will be supplied with 2 remotes in your kit. You can purchase extra remotes at the time of ordering your kit, which we will have tuned and ready to go. Now, last but not least is visitor access. You have optional keypads and push buttons to choose from, which can either be wired or wireless. A few different options are keypad on the outside with a 4-digit PIN for visitors entering the property, and either a second one on the inside for them to leave or a nice simple push button for them to use. Another would be having a push button for entry and one for exit, or you could just have one push button somewhere central to the gate, so whether you're inside or outside the property, you can access the button. If considering a keypad for your kit and it is solar, then we would advise using the wireless keypad to conserve battery power. Now that you have all this knowledge on automatic swing openers along with extra details on our kits, hopefully this will give you the confidence needed when selecting a system for your gate. If you would like to view any further details on our kits and accessories or pricing, you will find us at www.bmgi.com.au. If you like what you see and you think our kits will suit your requirements, then you can either order through our online shop or give us a call on 073205 3002. And of course, if you are still unsure of something, please feel free to call us with any further questions you may have, or send us an email with your questions or photos to sales@bmgi.com.au.